वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे, पीड़ पराई जाने रे। पर दुखे उपकार करे तोए, मन अभिमान नाणे रे।
My apologies for not being physically present. I have not been in the best of health, and this is the best I could do. I seek your indulgence. At the same time, it is the magic of technology that one can be virtually present anywhere. It is my privilege to welcome all of you today, especially because we are gathering today after a gap of 2 years. Hopefully, we are out of the shadow of the epidemic. It has been a trying time for all of us and the world, and a timely reminder that we live in a fragile, interconnected world. I also remember the words of Acharya Vinoba Bhave when 60 years ago he coined the Jai Jagat greeting. There is but one world. How I wish we showed greater awareness of this fact in our behavior. It is said poverty is the biggest polluter. There are 748 districts in our country. I enjoin business of all sizes, especially big business, to cater to the public needs and public purpose of each of these districts. We are committed to make a difference in 5 of them. A major reason for our lack of development has been our best and the brightest wanting to run away and go abroad. This has been going on since 1960s. Since liberalization, India is the best country for Indians, all things considered. There's the Marathi extortion. Bhakta Kai, Samil Wah. Buy, watch, join in. That is what I would recommend to the better off section of our country. We must take inspiration from the work of our bodies today.
The Jamnalal Bajaj Foundation stands true to the ideologies passed on from Jamnalal Bajaj, our guiding face and inspiration. It is gratifying to see the silent crusaders doing their work with great impact and in their own way in the remotest places. The award comprises a citation, a trophy, and a cash prize amount of rupees 10 lakhs.
धर्मपाल सैनी एक साहसी तथा विनम्र सेवक का बचपन धार और सहारनपुर में बीता। शिक्षा प्राप्त करने के पश्चात रूपाखेड़ा गांव में जहां नई तालीम का विद्यालय चल रहा था, सैनी जी सम्मिलित हो गई। संस्थान आश्रमों के द्वारा नई पीढ़ी को शिक्षित करके हुए ग्रामीण परिवारों और समाज के लिए अंत्योदय से सर्वोदय का पोषक रहा है। श्री जमनालाल बजाज फाउंडेशन रत्नाक कार्य के क्षेत्र में प्रशंसनीय योगदान के लिए श्री धर्मपाल सैनी के सम्मानार्थ प्रशस्ति पत्र और जमनालाल बजाज पुरस्कार प्रदान करते हुए गौरव का अनुभव कर रहे हैं।
धर्मपाल जी, ये वर्चुअल है इसलिए बड़ा मुश्किल है प्रेजेंट करना, लेकिन मैं हृदय से आपको ये सम्मान, ये अवार्ड प्रदत्त करता हूँ जमनालाल बजाज फाउंडेशन की ओर से। कृपया इसको स्वीकार कीजिए।
मेरा जन्म 1930 की 24 जून को जब हुआ, तब देश महात्मा गांधी के नेतृत्व में स्वाधीनता के सपनों को सत्याग्रही संग्राम के द्वारा इतिहास बनाने में लगा हुआ था। मेरा बचपन खेल की आजादी और पढ़ाई के अनुशासन में बीता। कक्षा 8वीं में सरकारी नौकरी नहीं, शादी नहीं, देश सेवा करने का संकल्प सहज भाव से हुआ। अपने व्याख्याता श्री विद्यासागर पांडे जी के उद्बोधन कि जैसा युवक होगा वैसी भारत माता होगी, इसने मुझे ज्ञान साधना में अग्रसर कर दिया। सन 1976 का 11 अक्टूबर मेरे जीवन का स्वर्णिम दिन है, जब संत विनोबा जी से माता रुक्मिणी सेवा संस्थान की स्थापना का आशीर्वाद लेकर उस समय के केरल राज्य से और बेल्जियम से बड़े बस्तर जिले में समावेशी शिक्षा के द्वारा प्रतिभा निखारना जो विनोद जी का मुझे आदेश था, मेरी कर्मठता का संसार बन गया। आश्रमी विद्यालयों के लोकप्रिय करते हुए बालक, विशेष करके ग्रामीण बालिकाओं के बचपन संवारना और उन्हें तरुणाई में प्रवेश की राह प्रशस्त करना सचमुच में मेरे जीवन का बहुत ही नया अनुभव है। बस्तर में यथास्थिति, स्टेटस को और विकास के बीच वहां अशांति के वातावरण में भी शिक्षा से रचनात्मक रास्ते पर चलते हुए स्वच्छता, सर्वधर्म संभाव, महिला सशक्तिकरण, गो सेवा और बस्तर में एक बहुत ही आर्थिक सशक्त इमली आंदोलन, पर्यावरण प्रदूषण, इंद्रावती बचाओ अभियान, वृक्षारोपण, खेल कूद का विकास, कोविड-19 के दौरान डर के सामने अनुशासन और सहयोग की जागृति के अभियानों से जुड़ा रहा। इसमें गांधी विनोबा जी के सत्य, प्रेम, करुणा के गुणों से समस्या समाधान करने और अध्यात्म तथा विज्ञान को जोड़ने वाली सेवा में कभी हार नहीं मानने के संकल्प ने मुझे बस्तर के द्वारा भारत माता की सेवा करने का अद्भुत अवसर प्रदान किया है।
Dr. Lal Singh took a tough decision to work in the voluntary sector to make meaningful use of his scientific knowledge. He established the Himalayan Research Group in association with like-minded professionals in the year 1997. In order to strengthen the livelihoods, biodiversity conservation, climate change resilience, and overall development of rural mountain communities, a basket of need-based technology models were developed in different parts of the northwestern Indian Himalayan region. Dr. Lal Singh is of firm belief that capacity building of local communities through modern science and technology is the only way to achieve self-reliance and see the rural areas developing. Jamnalal Bajaj Foundation feels honored to present this citation and the Jamnalal Bajaj Award for outstanding contribution in the field of application of science and technology for rural development to Dr. Lal Singh.
It's my privilege and pleasure to present this award to Dr. Lal Singh. I have read and heard a lot about his interventions in making not only the area where he works a better place, but the entire world a better place through his efforts and his innovations. Thank you, Dr. Lal Singh. I present this award with a lot of honor.
The award is in fact recognition of the efforts of the rural communities inhabiting remote and difficult mountainous areas of Himachal Pradesh, with whom my organization, Himalayan Research Group, popularly known as HRG, has been working since the 90s. Mountain communities extended full cooperation and support to the HRG to translate its plans into reality in remote hill areas where people lack resources, skills, and basic infrastructure facilities. My heartiest appreciation goes to my proficient team members who have worked hard with sincerity and purpose to deliver at the grassroots level.
A traumatic incident prompted Sister Lucy to realize that she could no longer be a silent spectator to the horrific violence and abuse against women. In 1997, Maher, which means Mother's Home, was founded to provide a safe haven for battered and destitute women. Sister Lucy bestows her warmth and love on the abused and the traumatized women, abandoned children, men, and the old and aged people in her care. Sister Lucy's calling is reflected through her Sewa, which she is passionately committed to bring light and smile in the lives of those who reach out to her at Maher. The Jamnalal Bajaj Foundation feels honored to present this citation and the Jamnalal Bajaj Award for the outstanding contribution in the field of development and welfare of women and children to Sister Lucy Kurien.
It's again my pleasure to present this award to Dr. Lucy. We all know that she has served humanity without considering any limitations, any boundaries of caste, creed and religions and sex and so on. And she has definitely advanced the value of Gandhiism and humanity. So I am very pleased to present this award to her.
In the earlier days of Maher, I walked from village to village, listening to the needs of the people and building trust. You cannot imagine my delight when I finally had enough money to buy a scooter, and how many more people and villages that made it possible for me to reach. Today, most of our staff's efforts are aided with the help of a motorbike. Villages look forward to their arrival. While Maher has not yet been able to eradicate horrifying poverty I encountered when I arrived in Mumbai at the age of 14, from our village in Kerala, we have made a significant difference. Our work has unleashed the potential of street children and child laborers, many of whom now hold professional degrees, have happy, healthy families, and a number who now hold leadership positions in Maher. Our social work has freed women and families from the scourge of abuse, given hope to rape victims, and aged men left to wither on the streets. Our caste-free interfaith commitment to love is our religion has been hailed by leaders across India and honored the world, around the world. Maher children have studied and shared our story and mission of love, service in Europe, US, and in Africa. I convey my special thanks to people who believed in our mission to help during the pandemic. It is only because of generous and good people we were able to reach out to over 1 lakh people with food and food grains and ambulance services. Once again, I join my hands and I bow my head in gratitude for this prestigious award. My special thanks to the juries who, having found me worthy for this award. I entirely owe this award to my Maher's committed team.
Mr. David Albert gave up a promising academic career to become a student of Gandhi. He focused on 2 avenues of Gandhian thought and action, Nai Talim and community-based education, and the Constructive program leading to Gram Samaj. Mr. Albert co-founded Friendly Water for the World, working with extremely poor and dispossessed communities in sub-Saharan Africa and India. Mr. Albert says this is inner work, and his outlook has been in identifying and practicing the basic elements that lead to liberalization. The Jamnalal Bajaj Foundation feels honored to present this citation and the Jamnalal Bajaj Award for the outstanding contribution in the field of promoting Gandhian values outside India to Mr. David H. Albert.
Gandhi, his life, his mission, his thoughts are beyond the time and beyond the boundaries. And someone like you have been trying to advance those values, and through applications, that is much more important. So we are pleased to present you this award.
I am accepting this award on behalf of the last man and the last woman across the globe. The Gandhian imperative is not about charity. It is about building a social order where means and ends reconcile with each other, where our grappling with truth, satyagraha, generates a power to build new men and new women, able to work together in meeting our material needs while liberating us in the service of each other and the earth restored. Villages will learn to respect women and value their contributions. Villages will recover their traditional knowledge of potential health interventions. Conflicts will be waged nonviolently, and mediation of conflicts becomes the norm, from the village level to internationally. Human rights will be taught and respected from the local to the global level. Global corporations will be held responsible for their activities, including provision of reparations and restoration. Caring about the environment and the global climate will be the norm. A culture of sharing will be encouraged, and villages will be reinvigorated to address local problems as a community. And finally, we will make friends. This is my Gandhian program. There is a place in it for every single one of you. My organization, Friendly Water for the World, embodies many of these imperatives within our own constraints. People working together are our most important resource. Real work is not only in the water-related and other technologies we have to offer, as proud as we are of them, but in social technology. Finding ways for all of us to engage each other in reimagining ourselves, our villages, our communities, our states, our nations, and our world. It doesn't cost anything except our lives. I thank all of those who've come before and those who will come after in our collective journey toward truth. And to the marginalized, disempowered, and dispossessed of the world, who are likely our greatest teachers.
Our awards carry a great prestige, great value, not just the monetary one, but the value that is associated with the very name of Jamnalal Bajaj, a great humanitarian, a valiant freedom fighter, a compassionate philanthropist, and a passionate social reformer. Jamnalal ji was an ardent Mahatma Gandhi follower. He practiced Gandhian ethics in every sphere of his life, political, social, business, and also personal. Therefore, the awards are given to those exceptional individuals, like the ones today, who are committed to inclusive development in line with Gandhian Constructive Work Program. The Gandhian principles continue to remain important today. Why do I say this? Because more the things change in India, more they remain the same, at least in some cases where human dignity is at stake. Mahatma Gandhi had said, removal of untouchability is one of the highest expressions of ahimsa. But what is the grim reality today? Take what Chandrasekhar and his family belonging to Chennadasar community had to go through very recently in Miyapur village in Karnataka. Chandrasekhar had gone with his family to seek blessings for the birthday of his 2-year-old son. His family was standing outside the Hanuman temple. His 2-year-old son left his mother's hand and just ran inside the temple. Do you know this Dalit family was fined rupees 25,000? And for what? For the purification of the temple. So more we change, more we remain the same. That's why Mahatma Gandhi principles are important. Now I turn to our distinguished awardees for 2021 and warmly congratulate them. Dr. Lal Singh has shown how application of science and technology, one can create community-oriented, environment-friendly technology with models that would give high returns to rural mountain communities. Sister Lucy Kurien has given our society's most vulnerable a new lease of life, be they the unfortunate traumatized women or children or older people. Dharampal Saini has shown how a radical social transformation can be achieved in a far-flung tribal region, Basta, and how Antyodaya can lead to Sarvodaya. And Mr. David Albert has shown how the powerful instrument of social technology can be used to review communities if only one identifies and practices the basic elements of Gandhian philosophy.
हम जानते हैं कि जमनालाल बजाज अवार्ड सिर्फ एक अवार्ड नहीं है, बल्कि एक ऐसी परंपरा है और उस परंपरा को चलाने वाले जमनालाल बजाज जी के परिवार के दूसरी, तीसरी, चौथी पीढ़ी के लोग हैं, जिन्होंने उन मूल्यों को न केवल जीवित रखा बल्कि उन मूल्यों को आगे बढ़ाया और दूसरों को प्रेरित कर रहे हैं कि गांधी जी के वो मूल्य आगे बढ़ें। ये सोच पाना भी मुश्किल है कि जिसे स्वयं गांधी जी अपना पांचवा पुत्र कहते और मानते थे, उनके पुत्र और फिर उनके पुत्र और पौत्र जिस परंपरा को आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं, वो केवल फिलैंथ्रोपी की, वो केवल समाज सेवा की बात नहीं है, बल्कि दुनिया भर में जब हम कहते हैं कि व्यापार, उद्योग जगत में नैतिकता की बहुत जरूरत है, समाज के हर वर्ग में जरूरत है, हर तबके को जरूरत है, राजनीति में भी, समाज में भी, यहाँ तक कि धार्मिक संस्थाओं में भी जिस नैतिकता की, मॉरलिटी की जरूरत है, अगर व्यापार जगत से जुड़े हुए लोग, उद्योग जगत के नेता उसको आगे बढ़ाते हैं तो ये दुनिया को बेहतर बनाने का सबसे असरदार प्रयासों में से एक है। सामाजिक जागरूकता, सामाजिक चेतना, सामाजिक पहलें, सामाजिक प्रयास और सामाजिक परिवर्तन के काम बहुत जरूरी है समाज में, पहले से कहीं ज्यादा जरूरी है। सामान्य तौर पर जब विकास होता है तो लोग सोचते हैं कि ये सारा काम सत्ता कर लेगी, जो भी सत्ता में जहां भी बैठा है दुनिया में, संसाधनों के बगैर ये काम नहीं हो सकते। लेकिन सत्ता और संसाधनों से परे समाज में स्थायी सस्टेनेबल चेंज, सस्टेनेबल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन लाया जा सकता है। ये गांधी जी ने हमें सिखाया और इसी काम को लेकर हमारे ये जो अवार्डीज हैं आज के, वो साबित कर चुके हैं।
It is rightly said that the only way to command nature is by obeying it. So let's not be arrogant or complacent and not let our guards down even for a moment to let these slimy creatures get at us. It is heartening that in these circumstances, our four gallant awardees continue their noble task with proper precautions. For their courage and resoluteness and never say die attitude and passion for their mission, let's put our hands together. And what to say of our chief guest? His work has deeply impacted the lives of innocent children and women who are being trafficked regularly. You can imagine how dangerous his work is as it takes away the income of many. He has faced many inconveniences and threats. He has even bled. But he stands steadfast to his cause so that the children and women of our country can live a wholesome life. Just like the awardees, his quest does not falter even in these circumstances. Sir, we all bow down to you and will support you in whatever way we can. Our sincere gratitude also to the trustees, Advisory Council chaired by the Doyen of Innovation, Dr. Maher, the 4 selection committees, the media, Dreamcast agency, and all those involved for hosting this event online, and all of you for joining us in this event.